So we're going to transition to that video in 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's up guys, Thomas here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do my top 5 smartphone handheld camera transitions with a full explanation on how to do each one. Now these are all in-camera transitions, there's no fancy editing or special effects required, just a couple of simple cuts. And we're going to start from beginner, working our way up to pro. Let's go. Alright, transition number 1, you've probably heard of it, it's called the whip pan. It's basic but extremely effective, so we have to cover it. And let me give you a demonstration today on how to do it right. The key thing with the whip pan is that you're going to hold the phone steady. So we're going to record, hold the phone with a stable base, make sure it's not lopsided. What we're going to do is simply whip our phone to the right. What I like to do is actually pivot on my feet a little bit. If I just do it with the arms, I feel like I don't get a fully smooth whip. So what I do is move my body and pan like that. The second thing to keep in mind here is the direction that you do the whip pan in. So just then, we went from left to right. The next shot we now get, we're gonna go from left to right in another location to emphasize how cool this can be. And so, now we have this nice bridge in front of us, and what we're gonna do is go from the left, pan to the right. Now, one of the key things people make the mistake of doing here is that it will end up being something like this, and they'll pan, but it will kind of be a wobbly shot like this. So they'll kind of pan uncontrollably, and then it won't really be steady and focused on the subject that you want. So you want to be fast, but you want to be smooth. Think smooth and fast. That's why I like to pivot on my heels. So you end up with a nice clean shot afterwards. Now, I know we are still on the basics, we're only on number 1, but I want to give you a little bonus here because it's really important. When you've seen videos of these transitions looking awesome, it's almost never that it's a static shot, pan, then static shot. What it usually is some kind of movement involved. So let's say this is our starting shot now. We're going to move forward, pan, and then we're going to whip pan onto another shot that's also moving forward, so we have that continual sense of movement throughout our video. So now getting that second shot, panning onto it whilst moving forward like that. Put those two together, should look pretty cool. Okay, handheld smartphone transition number 2 is the push forward. Now, this one, I'm gonna demonstrate it with some kind of texture shot where we're gonna go down low here. And what we're gonna do is get that moving forward motion again, and then suddenly move forward quickly. So let's try that one more time. So part 2 of this transition, we're going to get the texture of a tree here, and we're going to start with that quick forward push. Pushing forward and then slowing down. Now with both of these transitions, the timing of your cut is very important. You can either have a long looking transition by extending the amount of time for each whip, or you can get a very short, punchy looking transition by just using the first little tiny microsecond of each movement. Transition number 3, I like to call the tilt and twist. For this one, we're going to start walking forwards, tilting up, and then whilst we're tilting up, we twist, okay? That's all we need. So, walking forwards, up and twist. Now, I know I don't look like the coolest filmmaker, you know, when I'm kind of, but the video looks cool in the end. I just hope no one sees me. Okay, so let's say I wanted to transition to this tree here. We had the kind of warm sunset vibe, and now we've got this cold wintry tree vibe. So we've already gone up and we've twisted. So let's kind of pretend the other shot was there. So we've gone up, we've twisted. So now what we're gonna do is twist and come down like that. So one more time. What we can also try and do is moving forward. Okay, transition number 4 is the object reveal. So we've got this nice shot of some chimney smoke with a little hint of the last bit of the sunset here. And we're gonna do a quick tracking motion from left to right behind this tree here. Now with this, you just need to make sure that the object covers the whole of your camera frame and not just part of it like this or like this. So it needs to be something thick enough that you move behind that at some point covers the whole of the frame. Now we're gonna go find another object that is probably gonna be another tree in this instance that we can cut, and there won't be any difference in texture or color, so we can then use that to reveal another scene. So let's say we wanted to transition to this bridge we've got in front of us. What we do is we put the camera behind the tree, So this one's a thinner tree, so for example, we wouldn't do it here, we'd do it right here. So it's important that you press to get the auto exposure and autofocus locked on to the subject that you want to reveal. Otherwise it will flick between the tree and where you're going. And you want to continue that tracking motion in the same direction as the other shot. All right, transition number 5, the pro transition. This is called the whip pan redirect. I actually came up with this when I was filming a video back in Barcelona a couple of years ago. And what it consists of is a whip pan, then a kind of a decoy shot where you go in the same direction as the whip pan, stay on an object, whip the other way, followed by another whip pan to your final shot. So it's actually composed of 3 shots. Let me show you what I mean. So we're going to do the basic whip pan with a bit of forward motion. So we lean back, forwards, and we whip from left to right. Shot number 2, this is the key one that's a bit different. We're gonna go down here and get some kind of texture shot. So what we're gonna do is go close to the water here and make sure our focus and exposure is locked fairly near to us. And we're gonna whip in the same direction as the first shot, focus on the water, and whip back again. Let me show you that one more time. So we're going to whip in the same direction, focus on the water, and then whip back. And then we're gonna finish out with a shot of all these birds. Remember, with that one that we just did, we went from right and then left. So this one, we're gonna come left again. Happens to finish up with a beautiful swan. If you would like a list of all the gear that I recommend, that is in the link below. Down there, you'll also find a free 30-minute training called the 7 Secrets to Creating Cinematic Travel Videos. It's packed with a bunch of value, and I think you guys are gonna love it, so go and check that out if you wanna learn more. Until next time, keep filming, bye-bye.